Okay. Yeah, I was hoping to have everybody on my computer this morning, but I had some major trouble. I'm sorry for the delay. I know I've had let me just scroll through here and see everyone. Hello. Hi, Tara. Yeah, I was just on the phone. Hi, Doug. I was on the phone with Tara just a few minutes ago going, oh my gosh, I run Zoom classes a couple times a day here at the gym, and I am struggling big time. Andy, awesome. Hi, everyone. There's so many. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Well, I'm super excited to be on with you guys. I can't wait to share some of the really cool things that I have for you. I know now I have about 40 minutes. And so hopefully the anticipation maybe of what we're going to do today has gotten you kind of like warmed up because it's what we're going to do today is we're going to do something a little bit different than what you're used to. With gosh, I don't know how many years ago now, I did a fitness seminar at the ITC. And those of you that don't know me, I'm Shantell Dayton. And I'm a black belt of Mr. Wright, and absolutely love that man. Like he's like a father to me, always has been. And so I started training when I was 8 years old, and got my black belt when I was 12 with him, and just loved being a part of his school and a part of the Chuck Norris system for so many years. And when I was 30, I had some rocky things happen in my life, and I left the karate studio and opened a gym, a actual fitness gym. And that never was the plan. That never was the idea of what I was going to do. It just kind of happened. And we know that sometimes in life, some of the most tumultuous times will bring some of the greatest gifts to the surface. And so that's kind of where I am at right now in my life. I always thought I would be I always consider myself a martial artist, always. But I thought it was going to be something that I did for the rest of my life in running a studio or working with Mr. Wright. And like I said, it's never, even though I'm doing something different now, martial arts has marked me like in my soul. And those of you that are watching and that are in the class, I just hope that you know how amazing the gift of martial arts really is. And in what I do now, I have an all women's gym. And so my business partner and I have been in business for about 5 years. And the things that we have seen and the things that we study about the body and the way the body moves, and just the way that the body was designed, it's really important for us to stay moving, not just for our physical health and to stay in shape and to have sweet muscles and to manage even our weight and help with cardiovascular stuff. It's really important just for our person, and just to help us manage the things in life as well. And so it's very, very, very important to keep it consistent in your life. But martial arts is a really great way to do that. And so not only is it awesome for your heart and your soul, but it's also really just good for your body and just your mental and emotional health as well. Okay. So I would absolutely love if you guys at any point in time like had any questions or anything, please like feel free to ask. And so what we're going to do is we're going to work on, we're going to focus on one thing that's really important that I have found in the, just like with the body, and that is breath. And breath actually is, it's the bridge between the mind and the body. And so if you really look at that and like let that sink in for just a second, the breath, like how we breathe, is the bridge between the brain and the body. Okay, so sometimes we think that, okay, our brain is inside of our body and our heart is inside of our body, and so it's all connected. And that's true, it is all connected, but is it really, like, is it working together? And so, not that it would misfire, but sometimes we don't, or often we don't take time to acknowledge the importance of breath. And so we know that when we kick and punch, that breathing is important for power. It's also important for endurance and balance, and to like almost like center ourself. And so, and for even just like recovery. But we very rarely talk about even like breathing. Like right now, some of you may have your mouth open while you're sitting here listening to me, and you're breathing. You're just like not even really thinking about it, but you're breathing in and out of your mouth. Others will have your mouth closed and you breathe in and out of your nose on a regular basis. And so like right now, even as you're listening, I just want you to close your mouth and just take some real intentional breaths in and out of your nose, okay? And so even just as I continue to talk, I just want you to become a little bit more aware of how long your inhale is and how long your exhale is. Okay, so if you find that your inhale is kind of short and your exhale kind of falls out, I want you to try to make your inhale nice and long and your exhale nice and long. Inhale nice and long and exhale nice and long. Okay, so I want you to think about if you were to move, if I were to ask you to do a kata, or if I were to ask you to do some moving basics across the floor, most of you would inhale on the fold and exhale on the block, right? And so we'd inhale on the fold, exhale on the block. And we would do it in a way that would be like one breath per strike. So we would, right? And exhale out of the nose, or exhale out of the mouth. And so it could really help, obviously, with power when we exhale out of the mouth, okay? So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have you experience something, okay? And I'm gonna need a little bit of your feedback for this, but I'm gonna have you experience some squats. I'm gonna say go, and you're gonna do as many air squats as you can in 1 minute. Okay, so you're gonna go and you're gonna go and you're gonna go some more, and you're just gonna keep going, you're gonna keep going, you're gonna keep going until I say stop. And I want you to try to do the most that you can, breathing however you want to breathe, okay? But I want you to do as many as you can and see what happens, just like with your body, okay? See what happens with your person. So I'm actually going to, let me start my clock over here. Okay, so I'm going to tell you when to go, and I just want you, so this is what the squat will look like, okay? So this is what it'll look like. So you'll stand, let me actually get this a little better for you so you could see. So you're just going to stand normal. I'll actually kind of show you from the side, and you're just going to squat, okay? So just like this. So feet, it's important to keep your feet nice and flat, and you're going to do as many as you can. So some of you are going to go like hot out the gate as fast as you can, which is awesome. But then at about 15 seconds, you're going to go, ooh, and you're going to go slower, right? I want you to fight that. Fight it, meaning I don't want you to stop, okay? I don't want you to stop during the entire minute. Like, you can do anything for 1 minute, right? You can do anything for 1 minute. You can stay in it for 1 minute, okay? So I want you to go as fast as you can, okay? Let me kind of see. Let me flip through here. Okay, everybody's ready. Okay, everybody's ready. Good. Excellent. Okay, let me see your feet and where your feet are. Good. Some of you, I just see empty faces, but that's okay. All right, so Here we go. 1 minute. 1 minute. Now remember, pay attention to, actually don't pay attention to anything, but just the number, the amount. We'll talk about what to pay attention to in just a second. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. Here we go, nice and fast. Feet connected to the ground. Feet are flat, toes, heels, all the things on the ground. Good. Come on, nice and fast. I can't see it, but I know you can probably go faster. Good, keep it moving, come on. Okay, we're about halfway through, 30 seconds left. I know it's hard, keep pressing in. Come on, your legs feel like they're 1,000,000 pounds. 10 seconds. Good, 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, let me look at you here. Let me flip through here. Woo-wee! Show me what them legs feel like. It's good, it's good. Yeah, shake them out a little bit. Shake them out a little bit. That's good, that's good. Okay, all right, so now, those of you that are in a space right now, that you have something that you can press. Now, if you don't, you're gonna do push-ups, okay? But if you have something that you can press, so meaning if you have a heavy ball at the gym, if you have dumbbells, if you have a bag, and I don't mean like 100-pound something, I mean something that is on the lighter side, okay? You can, I want you to lay, you're gonna lay on the floor on your back and you're gonna press it, or if you don't have anything, you're just gonna do some push-ups on the floor. But now, the push-ups on the floor, no matter guy or girl, young or old, right? We're all gonna go from our knees. So we're gonna be on our knees as we go down and we go up, okay? So that's going to, because I don't want this to be full body weight at all. Now, if you are also, if you're in your gym, if you're in the dojo, if you're at your house, you can also put your hands on the couch to do these. And then that way, because I don't want it, like I said, I don't want it to be a full body weight movement. I want it to be something that's, that is about like a quarter of your body weight, okay? So the difference, like I said, the different options could be something like, I obviously have dumbbells here at the gym. And so if I were doing this, I would take, I'd probably take like 2 20-pound dumbbells, okay? Now, if obviously, if you're not at a gym, if you don't have that, it could be like bags at the gym are a little too light, but they still could work actually pretty well. So if you even have like the top of a Wave Master, you can slide that off and you can use that to press. I actually have one of those here at the gym. So look around for something that you can press that is lighter, not super heavy. I'm gonna give you like 2 seconds to do that. Not 2 seconds, I'll give you 1 minute to do that, okay? Okay, so if you have what you're going to use, or even if you like I had said, if you needed to find something or some place that you could have like your hands on something, so even like a chair, you can put your hands on a chair and do the push-ups from there. Or this is the Wave Master, okay, the top of it. You can turn to, now obviously I'm on my knees, but you would be standing and you would just press this, okay? So this is going to seem kind of silly to begin with, but don't worry, it'll get less silly as time goes on. Sometimes when we do things that are a little light in the beginning, it's not easy, but we feel like it is easy. But then all of a sudden, it just like, it really kind of gets ahead of us, okay? So you're gonna do the same thing that you just did with the squats, but you're gonna do it with a press, okay? If you have dumbbells, you can, like I said, if, you would be standing, right? You wouldn't be kneeling like I am now, but you'd just be pressing, okay? Just straight above your head, okay? Or you could be laying on the ground, and hopefully you can still see me all right, okay? You'd be laying on the ground and pressing just like this. Okay? So I would prefer that you stand and press, but if you feel more comfortable laying on the ground, that's okay too. All right. And then the push-ups. The push-ups, you're going to be on your knees and you're going to go all the way down and all the way up, all the way down and all the way up. All right. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to do the same thing. You're going to do as many as you can in 1 minute. Okay. As many as you can. Go all out. Do whatever you can do to get as many reps in as you can. Okay. Deal? Awesome. Okay. So we're going to go, let me actually see, make sure everybody's good to go. At least the ones that I can see, right? Because I do know that there's quite a few of you on here. Okay. So let's go ahead and we'll start in 5 seconds. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. As many as you can. Good. As many as you can. Come on. Good. Remember to breathe. Remember to breathe and push yourself. Do whatever you can to get as many done as you can. Good. Keep it going. You're halfway through. Halfway. That was only 30 seconds. You can believe it or not. Good. 15 seconds left. Come on. Stay in it. Breathe. Breathe well. Good. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, my favorite part is I get to go through and look at all y'all. Nice. Okay, good. Excellent. All the press. Good. Oh, sweet. Philip Hall. Look at all those dumbbells at that gym. I love it. Yes. My kind of dojo, man. Okay, good. Excellent. I see people wiping their sweat, shaking out their arms. That's good. All right. Good. Yep. You are welcome, darling. Hi, Shantell. Thank you. You are welcome. Oh. All right. Good. Tara, how was that? Yes. Excellent. Good. Okay. All right. So now let's talk about some cool things that just happened. So we work a lot. Am I unmuted now? Okay. Yes. Excellent. Okay. So we have our nervous system, and our nervous system is really important to acknowledge. Okay. Because if as humans, but then also as martial artists, if we don't acknowledge how our body is designed, we can't partner with it. Okay. And so, as you know, when we learn about self-defense, defending ourselves, it's from a state of a heightened state of awareness for sure, but we're basically practicing defending ourselves against someone attacking us, right? Hurting someone that we love, or taking something that is ours. And so it's really important to not only be acquainted with our nervous system through movement while we practice, so then that way when we actually do get in the situation where there's a heightened level of awareness, more of like a sympathetic state, we are able to not control it, but we are able to manage it. Okay. And so it's actually really cool, because when we talk about managing, I put a little diagram up here for you, and we'll talk about it. So with what I'm sharing with you, it's with the nervous system, there's two sides to our nervous system, right? There's the sympathetic side, so like the more external side, and then there's the parasympathetic side, the more internal side. And so here at Drop Gym, at our gym, we work within the parameters of the nervous system and managing it, but then also influencing it with breath. But then not only with breath, but then we can also influence it. There's actually a chain of muscles in your body that coincide with each side of the nervous system. So if you were to look at something that's more sympathetic, so sympathetic is more external. So there are muscles in your body that are external, like more like external torque. So your posture would look more like chest up. And more, not necessarily aggressive, but more of like a fight state. And then there's the more parasympathetic side. Okay, so the more parasympathetic side is more the internal. So as martial artists, I feel like we use both of these well, but we use a little bit more of that internal than we do of the external. And the external is a little bit more explosive, yes, but on the daily, it's more of that internal. So as we know, it's not always the explosive things that win the fight. It's not always the things that are the crazy tricks of like, okay, I need to, like the jump spins and of the kicks, or even just like the spinning or like opening up of the body of like a spinning bottom fist. Both sides are really important to have, right? Both sides are extremely important. So it's also really important to have that with our movement as well. And so there is a concept that is an awful lot like, it actually is an arch. And so with this, I believe that as a martial artist, as a very well-balanced martial artist, we are at the top of this arch, because these are both sides. Like if you were to look at this side, like this is more of the sympathetic side, and this is more, I'll just write PS just for the sake of having to write it out, but this is the sympathetic side, and this is more the parasympathetic side, okay? And when we build up both sides of the arch, right, then we have balance. So if we don't build up both sides of the arch and we're only building up one side, the other side will collapse, or both sides will collapse, okay? Does that make sense? So we can see that, we can picture it. Yes, both sides need to be built up, right? But how do we do that in movement? How do we do that in a workout? How do we do that when we're training for something? It's just like making sure that we train hard, but that we also rest and we recover, right? Because that's important. So it's just as important as the practices. Like recovery and rest is just as important as the actual practice. So as we go into this next part of the workout, I want you to think about that. So sometimes doing things in a less stressed out state is actually better for us. So we can still accomplish the same amount of work, if not more work, and have less wear and tear on our body. It just might take just a little bit longer. Or like what you just did with the push-ups and what you just did, or with the press and with the squats, was very sympathetic. Why? Because the sympathetic is a little bit more of the mouth breath. So it's breathing in and out of your mouth, in and out of your mouth, right? And then more of the parasympathetic is more in the nose, out the mouth. There's actually if the inside of our lips, like right on the inside of our lips, that real like soft skin up in there, when the air touches that, it stimulates the parasympathetic side of our nervous system. Isn't that cool? That's like so cool, because we can be extremely like go, go, go. We could be running really fast, but as long as we are breathing well, we're breathing in our nose and then out through pursed lips. We are stimulating the parasympathetic side of our nervous system. So the longer we have our exhale, right, and the more we exhale, the better it's going to be for our recovery. But now if we're moving, the exhale is not going to be crazy long. It's not going to be super long. It might be for those of you that train with your breath often, but that's going to take some time. Okay. And so At the top of that arch up there is homeostasis, okay? So homeostasis is balance. And so if you think about being a better martial artist isn't going to be the one that's always like attacking and being more offensive, but it's also going to be more on that mode of just of waiting, being patient and waiting and then going, right? It's not just like plowing in and mowing your opponent over, or just the second somebody touches your shoulder wrong, you lose it and like take them out, right? And so but we can do this, we can find a balance with our breath when we just practice movement, right? Or not even practice movement, but just when we move, when we work out, okay? Is this all making sense? Kinda? Cool? Yeah? Okay, so the next thing that we're gonna do, I'm gonna have you do, you're gonna do a 7-minute workout. I'm just gonna say go, I'm gonna start the clock, and you are going to move for 7 minutes. I'm gonna explain what that looks like in just a second, but before I do that, you're actually gonna start with acknowledging your range of motion, okay? So as martial artists, we talk about our flexibility a lot. Okay. Now, there's a big difference between flexibility and mobility, right? So this was like where my mind kind of like was blown when I first started talking about this, or even learning about it. So flexibility and mobility. So flexibility is very passive. Okay. It's very passive. We're relaxed. We're trying to get the greatest range of motion possible. Right? But then when you think about mobility is your ability to keep tension through a range of motion. So if you are passive, there's no tension. Okay. So tension is connection. So if I had, so even like with another person, okay, with the emotional side of it. So if there's somebody who is like you're having a conversation with somebody and there's tension, that's connection. You are connected to that person in a way, whether it be positive or negative. But we could do the same thing with our body. Okay. So if we are connected, right, we won't be able, and there's tension, there won't be able to be as great of a range of motion, right? So it might decrease your range of motion a little bit. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to move you kind of this way a little bit again. Okay. So what we're going to do is you're going to breathe in your nose. Okay. You're going to breathe in your nose as you go down to the bottom of a squat. But what's really cool is our breath will actually tell us when we have reached our capacity. Okay. So if I were to do this, if I were to breathe in my nose as I go down, so just watch, so you'll kind of be able to hear me, but as I go down, and then that's as far as I went down. Now, if you watch, I can go all the way down into the bottom of the squat. I can go all the way down and hang out. Okay. Even if you see from the side, I can go all the way down. My feet are still flat on the ground, right? But I've lost tension. I've become passive. And so now I'm just coming through, right? Because I'm flexible. Most of you are extremely flexible. But when I first started doing this, it was a completely different story, because it was no longer it wasn't like kicking above your head, or it wasn't like doing the splits, because that's very passive. If you were to keep tension through that wouldn't happen, right? Your body would not be able to do that, which is not a bad thing, but it's important for us to practice both of them, okay? So we can be flexible, but then we also need to be mobile as well. Because when we get older and you go to sit down on the floor and then you go to try to stand up again, if you can't keep tension to stand up, even though you can sit down, you can't engage the muscles. The muscles are no longer engaged. It's just you being on the floor or off of the floor, okay? So we need to have our muscles, we need to be able to use our muscles to move, okay? That's so, so, so important. So if I go down into the squat, everybody do this with me. So kind of just stand, feet squat distance. So not super close, not super far apart, okay? You're gonna breathe in your nose as you go down, but you have to stop when your breath stops, okay? So here we go. So you're gonna breathe in your nose as you go down, and then exhale through your mouth as you come up, okay? Inhale again as you go down, exhale as you go up. Okay, now, there's also a way that you can kind of trick this a little bit. So I can still continue to inhale and still go down, right? So that's not the point. We're not trying to game it, okay? Sometimes we'll game it so that we're the only one in the class, or we're the only one on the call that can go all the way down with still inhaling, right? And so like, bam, but really that's not what we're looking at. That's not what we're looking for, okay? We're looking for pairing or partnering with our body at its best, okay? Or for its best, all right? So sometimes that means taking a couple steps back. So if you're like, oh, well, I can go all the way down in my squat. That's so cool. That's awesome. What we're working on, though, is now we're working on making the connection with our mobility rather than our flexibility. So different game, okay? All right, so again, let's do this again. Let's do 3 together, okay? So you're gonna go down, inhaling through your nose. You're gonna stop when your body stops. Then you're gonna exhale through pursed lips. So pursed lips are just like, okay? So you can hear your breath come out. So it doesn't just fall, right? It's actual. So you'll inhale as you go down, and then you'll start your exhale as you go up, okay? So it'll look like this. Just watch to begin with. So you'll inhale. Okay? All right, do 3 of them for me. See if I can see some of you. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Good, good, good. Okay, so now you're gonna do the same thing with the press. That if you guys had something to press, go ahead and grab whatever it was that you had. Good, and then you're gonna press it. You're gonna do the same thing, but now you're gonna go to your breath as well. So from here, so if I had this dumbbell right here, I would breathe in. Now I can go all the way over my head, okay? I can go all the way over my head, but I'm also going past my range of motion. So I'm gonna lean back a little bit. I'm gonna squeeze my butt cheeks, right? Like I'm trying to hold a quarter, like I'm pinching a quarter between my butt cheeks. That's important. It'll change your life. Okay? So lean back a little bit, and then I'm gonna inhale as I press up, and then exhale as I come down. Okay, so practice that a little bit. Go ahead, inhale as you press up, exhale as you come down. Good. So if you can, yeah, keep those legs straight. Buns are nice and tight. Good. Excellent. Excellent. Good. Good, good. Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do now, it's important that this weight is not extremely heavy. Okay. It's important that it's not extremely heavy. If it is, that's okay. You can kind of lower the reps a little bit. But what you're going to do is you're going to do the 2 movements and you're going to go back and forth. But now it's really important for you to breathe really, really well. You're going to do 10 press. Okay. 10 press. Those of you in Lindy Woods School, and you guys have the Cage Fitness bags. I'm not sure how much those weigh, but I can only 45 pounds. 25. Okay, awesome. That's great. Great. Okay. So 25 pounds. Now, do they have handles on them where you could stand up and press them? Yeah? Okay. Stand up and press them. So hold them at your chest and stand up and press them and squeeze those buns. So if you have the option, press with squeezing the buns. Those of you at Mr. Hall's school, okay? Let's do one. How much do those dumbbells weigh? You can just like show me with your fingers. 25? Okay, so just press one of them. Press one and hold like this. Hold it just like this, okay? So if you have dumbbells or if you have something, right, hold it like this, and this will benefit you in the long run for sure, okay? All right, so what you're gonna do is you will press. This is called cyclical movement, okay? So cycle, circle, round, okay? So that means that as you go down and as you come up, it's rounded, okay? So those of you that work on like a little bit more like advancing your katas, right? And there's rounded movement. When you first learn to block, it's fold, block, fold, block. But then as you become more advanced, things like they round, okay? They round because you've established the dots already. So right now, all of you have established the dots. You've established the bottom and the top. So meaning, like if I were here and I go to press, okay, I'm not gonna like bottom out and then go, right? I'm gonna squeeze my buns, and I'm gonna breathe in as I go up, and I'm gonna stop as I go up, and then exhale. But it's important for me to breathe in my nose and out my mouth with each rep, okay? And then the same thing with the squats. So now I'm gonna breathe in my nose. And out my mouth, okay, as I come up. And I just want you to keep going back and forth between the two movements, okay, for 7 minutes. Now, you're gonna do 10 press, 15 air squats. 10 press, 15 air squats. 10 press, 15 air squats. Okay, so the air squats are the squat that we just did, no weight, okay? All right, so 7 minutes. Okay, are you guys ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1, and go. Good. Remember that breath. Remember the breath. It's extremely important. Good, good. Inhale as you go down, exhale as you go up on those squats. Inhale as you go down, exhale as you go up. Good. Find a good flow. Find a good flow. We're working on balancing the arch. Good. Balancing that arch. Good. Good. Those of you that are pressing those bags, okay, the cage fitness bags, make sure your hands are underneath that bag as you press, okay, not on top. So we're not raising it up, it's underneath. So we're pressing up, pressing up. Good, good, excellent. Oh, I love it. Ben and Chelsea, you guys are pressing watermelons. Oh, I love it. Good, good. Nice work, guys. Good. Good job, girls. Good. Remember to breathe, right? So it's not as many as you can now. Now it's just that amount, and we're breathing, balancing, finding a flow in your nose, out your mouth, in your nose, out your mouth. Good. Good, good. As soon as you get to the top, then you're going right back down again. So kind of round your corners. Good, good. Keep moving, 7 minutes, we're still moving. Good. Good, Tara, good. Nice work, Brittany, good. Mr. D'Angelo, good. 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 Find that flow. Find your flow. Breath is important. We're 3 minutes in. 3 minutes in. Come on. Find the flow. Good, Mr. Feld. Good, good. Nice, Crosby. Good. Good. Nice work, guys. Girls, fantastic. Remember to breathe. Keep breathing. Remind each other as you're moving, remind each other to breathe in your nose and out your mouth. In your nose and out your mouth. Good. In your nose, out your mouth. In your nose, out your mouth. The most important part about this whole thing. Good. Good. You're almost there. Excellent. Good. Nice work. Good. Good. We're going to go for 1 more minute. 1 more minute. We have that, then that'll make us at 6. That'll get us at 6. And that way, if anybody has any questions, they can ask me, because since I was late, 15 minutes gone. Good. 45 seconds. Come on. Here we go. Find the flow. Press your flow a little bit. Press the flow. Go a little bit faster. Good. In your nose, out your mouth. In your nose, out your mouth. Find that nice rhythm. Find that circle. Find that circle. Come on. 30 seconds left. Good. $20 seconds. Great work. Come on. 10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Oh man. Guys, girls, nice work. Okay. So how many of you found that that it was that, like, right now, how many of you are surprised as to like how good you feel? Like with your breath. Do you feel like, because you guys did before? Yeah, I see some of you getting rowdy. I love it. I love it. Okay. So so I want you to pay attention to, like, because before you did 2 minutes of work before. You did the the max effort of the squats, right? And then you did the max effort of the push-up or the press. And your body was very sympathetic. That puts you in a very sympathetic state. Now, I'm not saying sympathetic is bad, but I am saying that it's just a different state. It's a little bit more stressed out, right? So if we have, okay, so Mr. Schaefer has a question. Let me see. Can I see the question? Yes, I can, right here. Let me see. We were talking, we usually don't breathe that fast. We were actually feeling lightheaded at times. Yes, so that's good that you brought that up, because that's, so what'll happen is that will tell you, if you start to feel a little lightheaded, one, you feel like really just like oxygenated. You feel super oxygenated, right? And that's not bad. But what it does, what it'll tell you is that now slow down your movement, right? Which is normally not our first go-to, right? We just want to know how to go faster. We want to know how to get more reps in. We want to know how to get more work in. But it's not about like necessarily what you do, it's how you do it. Okay. So it's not about like changing the program or changing this or changing that. Now it's like, okay, let's modify the breath. Okay. Let's do the same thing, but let's go a little bit slower until our breath can actually keep up to that. Then once you get used to your range of motion and you know that, like, when I go down, this is where I need to stop and I don't want to go past that, or this is where I need to stop and I don't want to go all the way up. Once you get associated with that, then you're just going to breathe in and out of your mouth as you just continue to move. So it's not one movement, one breath, one movement, one breath. So one inhale, one exhale. It would look more like, right? So it looks a little different. So yeah, good. I'm glad you guys all tuned in. Like I said, I'm so sorry I'm late. For those of you that don't know me, I am normally not late. at all, very prepared. And so I was a little embarrassed when Ms. Bidwell called me. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. So I apologize. I do know that because I did go over, I'm kind of over right now as well. I appreciate your time. I absolutely love that you guys are all still gathering in this this crazy time that we are all in. But just remember that this isn't a season to just move past. This is a season that we are in. So to be completely present in this season, even though it's difficult, uncomfortable, and that we don't agree with a lot of the things, or we do agree with a lot of the things, and where it seems like it's a place that can create great division amongst people and family members. I just encourage you to be the seam, okay, to be what brings both sides together, and to encourage each other to be human and to feel. And remember, when something makes you mad, it's okay. You can be mad, and that's all right. It's okay to be mad, but we just need to remember that there are a lot of humans that are also mad and uncomfortable and don't agree as well. And so yeah, so don't be afraid to feel, but also when other people are feeling too, let them feel, even though you don't agree with them. All right.
So, Ms. Shantell, we want to ask everybody to turn their camera on and come in so we can get a group shot with you.
I would love that.
All right, everybody face your cameras, and 1, 2, 3, cheese. All right, thank you guys. We're going to end this meeting and then start a fresh one for Andy Lynn that starts in about 12 minutes.
Thanks, guys.